Hi, everyone. Welcome to Raising Preteens Right. I am your host, Elisa DiCristina, wellbeing educational consultant for preteens, former LCSW, and author of Raising Preteens Right, a 3-year program for preteens focused on developing well-being and teaching preteens how to thrive through their teenage years and beyond. There are 9 chapters in each year of our program. The first year focuses on foundation. The second year focuses on expanding on the themes. And the third year, we add more complexity and focus on independent study. Our program is meant to go through the span of the preteen years and build very meaningful conversations that help our young people build vitality and mental wellness so they can truly thrive, not just survive through their preteens and teenage years. And we do this from a biopsychosocial spiritual perspective, helping you help guide your preteen through the second window of opportunity during their pre-adolescence and have an impact for their mental, emotional, social, and spiritual growth during this time so that they can develop a strong and healthy sense of self. They need this guidance, especially they're being bombarded with many digital electronics today, and we're losing some of the fundamental traditional skills that we often have had growing up naturally during childhood. Those are being replaced by the digital era. It's very important that we alleviate some of the suffering and handle the mental health crisis not in silos, but together, and we give them the skills that they need. Today, we are speaking about Chapter 19 on digital electronics. We are solution focused, so we go over symptomology of excessive screen time briefly, and then we move forward with the adolescents so that they can understand how they are going to build their autonomy and self-accountability for their own health and well-being and monitor that from within. We want to really develop their internal locus of control. We know that the screen time parental apps, they're not foolproof. There's workarounds. We want to encourage our young people to critically think through the use of their digital screen time use, to be motivated to want to put screen health into their life. They're internally motivated, that the motivation is not always coming from an external parental control or some external force. We want our young people to realize that excessive screen time is unhealthy. They need to learn how to critically think through what the screen time is doing to their development. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends waiting until at least 13 years old to give a child a cell phone. With that being said, 42% of 10-year-olds have cell phones, 71% of 12-year-olds have cell phones, and 91% of 14-year-olds have cell phones. We write to the preteens about how they're losing fundamental and basic development skills due to the digital electronics boom, and particularly with artificial intelligence, that traditional or fundamental skills that would ordinarily be intact by the age of preteens are in fact being severely decreased and sometimes even lost completely, just inherent in their screens and in the way they're communicating to each other. This means the basic building blocks of human connection are no longer in place for young people. We're breaking our human connections, which increases the loneliness that our young people feel. We know we're in the middle of a loneliness epidemic. And then the cycle is such that they feel lonely. They don't know how to make the social connection. And then they're turning to AI more and more because they feel awkward going to other people or their peers. And then they're leaning on the AI chatbots for relationships, emotional relationships, mental health advice, a lot of risky type of behavior leaning on a mathematical algorithm to fulfill a human connection. So we're in the middle of this really detrimental cycle, and we want to motivate them to get back to the building blocks of human connection because they do want that in their personal development. They don't know how to. They don't have the skills because the screens are almost causing pseudo-autism effect, where they're in the screen and they're not really sure how to read those social cues, the facial expressions. They're losing a lot of the skills that ordinarily would be formed during the traditional play that we had intact before the screens came. We want to implore them to build their social skills in a healthy way. Staying positive and solution focused, we educate on how important it is to put the screen down in order to increase their nonverbal and socio-emotional cues in their communication so they can feel that true connection with their peers. Please visit Raising Preteens Right for more information about facilitating our program, Raising Preteens Right. Thank you.